Hi there, Nate Urandi, Orion Training Systems. Just could not forego this gem of a topic today. Gil Roberts, U.S. track star, part of the 4x4 gold-winning track team at the Rio Olympics, just got cleared of wrongdoing for having Probenecid, which is a steroid masking agent, in his system during an out-of-competition test on March 24th. In short, Probenecid blocks the secretion of medicines through the kidneys and into the urinary tract to make sure that those medicines take effect. So athletes or bodybuilders, weightlifters that are on steroids tend to take Probenecid with that, so the steroids stay in their system longer and therefore have a greater effect faster. His defense, if you haven't heard this, and this is a doozy, is that he, his girlfriend, and her stepfather were in India. Don't know exactly why, but she got a sinus infection. So conveniently, her father speaks Hindi, stepfather speaks Hindi, and Robert's girlfriend stated that they went to some local chemist in some sort of rat hole of a lab to get some medicine. Okay, that makes absolutely no sense. A rat hole, messy, smelly lab to get drugs that are supposed to make you feel better. I don't buy that. She doesn't like to swallow pills. So they got capsules filled with powder instead of pills. And the box that they gave, that she got the medicine from, for some reason the stepfather remembers that Moxilong was written on the box that they got the medicine from. She then emptied the capsule contents onto her tongue and swallowed it down with water. Moxilong has Probenecid in it, so the meds stay in the system longer. She started taking the meds on the 14th, came back to the States on the 17th, and Roberts got tested on the 24th at 4 p.m. Now, they were together that afternoon starting at like 1, and the defense is that long, frequent, passionate kissing was how the Probenecid got in his system. If you remember the stories, that she would dump it on her tongue before swallowing it. And not only was this excuse accepted, it then cleared him of any wrongdoing. This is such BS in so many ways. I don't really even know where to start, but I have a long list, so I'm just going to read it. For example, in India, it's not called Moxilong anyways, it's called minoxidil. Secondly, as far as I could find, Moxilong is not used to treat sinus infections, and I did many searches combining those terms. Nothing came up together. Did they confirm that her stepdad actually speaks Hindi? He might very well. But if they didn't check that data point, that's an oversight by USADA big time. Do they have receipts for the medicine? This guy's world class, okay? And they expedited this particular case because they wanted to get him cleared. Not that they wanted to have a decision. They wanted to get him cleared, as the story goes, before the track championships in June. So this guy's world class. He's trying to get peaked for the most important championships of the year, competitions of the year. And while she has a sinus infection, while she's on the medicine, therefore still infectious, trying to get over the sickness, he's having long, passionate kisses with her? Seriously? If he picks that up from her, does he know how much that's going to derail his training? Of course he does. Would he risk that? No fucking way. And lastly, Moxilong is for high blood pressure and insulin resistance, just to put a finer point on the fact that it's not for sinus infections. Those two things have nothing to do with the sinus infection, right? Lastly, it's immaterial the amount of Probenecid he actually had in his system. It's got a short half-life for starters, so he's not going to have the biggest amount in his system possible. So if he's ended a roid cycle, and if you've ever seen a picture of this guy, you know he's on roids. then probenecid will be lower, not higher. And when you unpack and understand just how insulated and protected U.S. track and field is, and if you haven't read Spit in the Soup, you absolutely should. It's a fascinating story about drugs in sport. It becomes so painfully obvious that this story is nothing more than complete fabrication. The loopholes, the sheer pomposity of it, the absurdity of it, the fact that it could be passed off as a real story and believed, and not only believed, but used as a way to clear this guy. The problem is that there's a precedent set with two previous situations which are no less absurd, one of which is Canadian star, track and field star, had, I believe, cocaine in his system from a call girl he hired. Same with another track and field athlete, cocaine through kissing. I don't even know how to put a exclamation point or a period on this one. So I'll leave you with that. Would love to hear your comments. And as always, happy training.